Hi, I'm Barry Sahazian, and today I'd like to experiment a little with something simple, like a triad, a major triad. Now, a major triad may seem very limiting to you, and I think it is too somewhat, but if you play around with it, you can create some very nice lines, and the beauty is, since you're only using the triad, it'll fit in a lot of places. It'll fit in a 7th chord, a major 7th chord, a dominant 7th chord, because all of those contain those first 3 notes in the triad. If you see a C7th, you don't have to include the 7th, or a C major 7th. Still, don't need to put it in. You can put it in there to make it a little more textured and a little more color, but it's not necessary. So let me show you what I mean. So here we have the triad. Now that's not much of a sound, and how about we mix it up a little bit? So we have choices of the octaves, the lower and the upper octave, and we have the 3rd and the 5th. So let's try this. And that is, we're playing the octave, and then the 3rd to the 5th, and then root to the 5th, and then 3rd to the 5th. Okay, now I'd like to talk about articulation, how much you can change a line and give it character and make it sound like something. Now I'm going to play this line without any articulation, all long notes. Now I'm going to add the articulation as I wrote it on the example. Every other note is a short note, except on the 3rd beat I play all long notes, and on the upbeat of 4 I play 1 short note. That was long, short. You can play around with it and come up with your own ideas, just using combinations of short and long notes. You can go on, and you saw the difference between all long notes. It was kind of dry. So what we have now is number 3. Number 3 has some articulation like the other 2 did. And what we have, we play a root and 5th first. We play that without any articulation, long notes. And then the 3rd to the octave, we're going to play short. So far we have. Now we're using the 10th on this example, which is a 3rd, an octave above the lower root. And we play that long. We play the A, the octave long, and the 3rd long, and we play the 5th short. I'll put them both together. So in this example, what we're doing is we're hitting a root to the octave. And then we hit the 3rd to the 5th. Very simple. I hit a root on the 3rd beat, and I make that note short. Then a 5th to the 3rd, back to the 5th again. sounds like this. And we'll play the whole thing together. Play it a little faster. Just that one short note on the third beat lets you know that it's sort of a division of two parts. It adds a nice touch. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'd like to point out that using articulation is not just for one style of music, it is everywhere. All genres use articulation, and it is a great tool to define your lines, make it come alive. I strongly suggest getting into it. I have a couple of other videos I've done and I'd like to continue, but that's up to you. If you're interested, please let me know that you like this and I'll do more of these. But I also like to add, I am teaching privately at this point, and that is the best way to learn, best way I found to learn, because you have a teacher looking at you and observing what you are doing right or wrong, what you need, and I can do that for you. I will leave links to the resources in the section below if you're interested. Once again, thank you, and drop by again. We'll talk about bass a little bit.